What's up everyone? So I'm going to be showing you a tanky DPS hatchet build. Now this build has 200 constitution. I know it's at 201, I have to respec it, but yeah, you want to be at 200 constitution, and that's for the 20% increase to armor perk. And then everything else is going to go in the strength. So it's basically just max this out, you'll probably get to around like, I don't know, 220, 230 end game. So with this build, you want to have 200 constitution because in the end game elite zones and the end game expeditions, it's nearly impossible to avoid damage, especially if you're a melee character who's going to be using something like a hatchet. You're going to be getting hit a lot. There's no way around it. So when I do end game expeditions with these rapier builds that have 100 constitution, they are constantly dying. It's just not efficient at all for endgame. So I recommend going with this 200 constitution build. Now you're going to want to be in medium armor because, like I said, with the 200 constitution you're going to be getting 10% or 20% to your armor. So to make that worth it, you need to have at least some armor. So like here I have 962 physical and 767 elemental, and that's just with this gear on. Like I can throw these boots on, where I'll have lower strength, but I'll be tankier. So I mean, depending on what you're doing, sometimes you might want to be a little bit tankier. So you can wear something like this, where you're still in medium, but you're a little bit tankier, so your 20% bonus is going a little bit more. But typically, if I'm doing an endgame legendary expedition, I'd rather have more strength, just because we have a tank and I need to be putting down DPS. So I will go with something more like this. Now, for the amulets, you're going to be want to be using Infinity Crystal and an Ill-Gotten Gain. I will show you where to get both of these at the end of the video, but basically the 0.43 health regeneration on here is very, very good when you have 200 constitution, and the 9% maximum health on this is very good as well. Plus this gives 23 strength, and the 9.3% health coming from incoming healing effects is huge, because when you're doing endgame things, you're always going to be with a healer. So this is big, but I'll show you where to get these at the end of the video. So now, with your weapons, you obviously want to have your hatchet. This is currently what I'm using. It's the Marauder Commander with a lightning gem in it. Now with your secondary weapon, it really doesn't matter what you use. You can use this, you could use a Warhammer. It really doesn't matter. The important part is the strength attribute to it on it. So this is 24 strength. So while this sits on my back, I'm still getting 24 strength. So as you can see, my hatchet's out. I have 203 strength with my hatchet out. Now if I were to take this off, hatchet's out, 179 strength. So you want to have a secondary weapon with a lot of strength on it. Now I rarely use this war axe. Like I pretty much just camp the hatchet. So your secondary weapon really just aim to have high strength on it. Now this isn't the same thing with a shield. If you have a shield with like 15 strength on it and it's sitting on your back, it will not count towards your attributes. I don't know why, but the shields just don't work. So just don't use a shield. It's gonna weigh you down. It's gonna take you out of medium, put you in heavy. You don't want it. And I don't think I said this before, but the reason why you want to be in medium is, one, obviously the 20% armor, but you don't want to be in heavy because, one, you're a DPS build, so you're going to be losing out on the 10% bonus damage, and two, you're not going to be getting that 10% bonus healing on your berserk. So the reason why this build is so good is because of the Berserk. Right. While Berserk is active, gain a portion of your health back every 4 seconds to a max of 30%. So every 4 seconds, you're going to be getting huge heals to a max of 30%, which I'm at 12,000 health, so that is 4,000 health I'm going to be getting back over, I don't know, maybe like 15 seconds. I don't know exactly what it is, but it's about 15 seconds. You're going to be getting huge ticks of health, and that's increased by the 10% healing, so it'll actually be more than 4,000. Now you don't want to be in light, because the whole, like, this 20% armor you're getting right here from 200 constitution isn't going to be worth shit if you don't have any armor. So you want to be in at least medium, so that your armor is high enough to make it worth it. Now to show you, I'm going to show you now where you get the infinity crystal and the ill-gotten gain. The ill-gotten gain is right here. It's at the lower slag mine in Eden Grove. You'll get a quest here that will bring you here, but otherwise you can just come here. The boss is pretty easy. I think it took me 20 minutes of farming it to get it, so definitely go and get that. Even if you're just like a tank, it's probably the best in slot right now for a tank. And now the other one, the infinity crystal, you're gonna get that from a quest here, Mountain Home Outpost in the Shattered Mountain. You have to do a couple quests before you can unlock the quest that gives you it, but it won't take long, like an hour or two, so you can get that from here. So now, if you want to, for certain elite zones and endgame expeditions, you can sacrifice armor for more damage. Like, there's going to be certain expeditions where you're not going to be taking much damage, because your tank can basically just take all of it for you. Then you can start dropping your armor down a little bit to get more strength. But if you're doing a expedition like the Garden of Genesis, where you're constantly getting damaged, I would wear something more like this, where you have more armor. Now the 200 strength attribute sucks, so don't worry about that. Really, you just want to make sure you're at least, well, 200 even. You don't really want to go over it. But yeah, I mean, that's about it.